let's be honest, there is no such an earthquake that is going to come to those degrees 8, because Venezuela has a capital that is 1.5 kilometers. 1 kilometer and 300 is high from the, it has a lot of land between a huge mountain and valleys of mountains in the city of Caracas, where the power of its country and the relations for oil exist. You're talking about a lot of money when it comes to people that are interested in oil. You will listen to Donald Trump bittering about oil, that Stammer had to invest in the Scottish oil. And you will know that there are machines that create seismic quakes. One of my main characters' name is Quake, based on Marvel Comics. My name is Patricia Placencia, and I am from Venezuela, Caracas. After my father, whose main movie from 4, award-winning, the name was Running Away from the Quake, huyendo del sismo. On those times, it was a roll of film, and is registered in the Library of Mexico. The Mexico would register the South American movies. It should be Venezuela. The National Library in Venezuela also would archive its records, but it was burned. So, other catastrophes. My father lost the main. It was not just a movie running from an earthquake. There was visions of Simon Bolivar, since he's been under attack from United States for a long time. We see the King of Spain shaking hands with the President of Mexico, saying United States. She's the President of United States of Mexico, which was the original name, of course. You will see everything is a fraud, hacks after hacks, lying in the media, and Elon Musk tweeting like he has a problem with his intestines, and it's just like a run of farts one after the others, keeping just no association. But he is being supported by something he thinks is his alliance. And he knows, yeah, he knows of the alliances to have more and more military and more followers and more Twitter. But this is a very small people of people tweeting in their own world. Stammer can return and say, I changed my opinion. You have the right to change your opinion. After all, if it's the same. United Kingdom needs stability. It will be nice the Venezuela has, thank you to Bukele, president of Ecuador, Mexico, to send so many people, 300 people and 250, 80 people. It needs more people to protect Venezuela from any United States military force. Because when you want to help a country, they could not kill the administration. You do not have earthquakes in Venezuela, first of all. It runs from the spine of America, from Chile the way up. Second, there is no earthquake of that magnitude, if you really want to know the truth. They had to put the maximum power because it has so much earth above the sea. Meditating with my mother and coming out of meditation, we would talk about the threats that Venezuela had in the future and how much power. There's parts of the world that have equilibrium. Donald Trump wanted to get out of United Nations and thinking to have a piece of cake with Russia by being double face. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna support. Yeah, we're going to build the corruption. Yeah, I'm a script writer myself, but when you're based on reality and facts, you know who's gonna end up fucking you up the ass in front of everyone. And if people would like to trust in your administration beyond how much petrol you being supported on wars. Some things never die. You were just born when these writings were printed. They still want to take over the world and create wars, death, and lies. We need to find in the young generation, because it's so ingrained. I have not to study who is the most important tech titan to send part of my formula for virtual reality, because the more you don't have, the more you should study. It's not like, hey, I have connections with the 300 top companies and families of the world. No. Yeah, you might have just, have some fantasy stories, but they're just characters. It has nothing to do with reality. At the end of the story, when you count your coins, you're like, woo. To also study the 300, not just the nations of the world and its history. But these families of Petros have been divided in UK, United States by brothers, economic fights of who will have more power with the elements of the arts that also contrast symbols of power. With the Getty family, two brothers, the fighting for world domination already from decades. This has nothing to do with what we are here about. It's very dangerous. Because I have the machines. These are the next words of the next months as we finish with this half of a year. All right. I have created this poster. It's all in the settings. We sponsor influencers all over. I had an office. All these posters there. The word of the week from years past for my daughter to do. Started with possibilities. Mm. It later turned into mansions, into villages as it progressed. But I still have nothing, of course, in my hands. There are people who have control of administration, of course, thanks God, and know what they're doing. So within this inner circle, they also have their economical inputs and outputs of investments and what it benefits them as to have a part that is significant to the future of humanity itself. That should be balanced with goodness. I will ask Elon Musk to stop believing in such delusions and no need to be double faced. If you're an agent working in agency, how much are you being paid off? Like, yeah, you just got some prompts and got some stories there based on astrology or what characters. It's good to listen to astrology because it helps you think on stupid little things that make no reason. It's just like putting your head in a washing machine. I don't believe in astrology. It might have its potential influence if you're next to a person or on a planet, but it's just that's so that moment of absolute intelligence among us that is a grace we can share to protect the kingdom, to protect the balance of the world. You might call it your nation, your tribe, your business, your connections, your bonds, your scientific findings, your family. I have mine. I have mine too. Alive. All of them are alive as the top figures of Venezuela. It doesn't matter who is president and administrating Venezuela, as long as from Venezuelan soil. This was the only reason that they closed the embassies of United States of America and gave them 48 hours to get out. Imagine you have somebody like that living in your house. It's like, excuse me, like get out. Like, I have my children here. Just get off. Of course, it takes, if you want to learn, anyone can learn. You want to, without comparisons or resentment. Oh, I have the machine. Oh, but you didn't kill them because you had so much land above the sea. They're capable of anything to own the right of world domination. We will see the percentage of what nation has and continent and culture. So there is a blend as well. We don't need to know it now. Just get together, start working, and stop with this dickhead psychosis. Psychosis are fixed ideas. So you got to think globally. You have to think beyond yourself. And when you don't like that, you have to, because it's even against hypnosis and persuasion, you are forced because you don't want to. So I'm following your line. You do not want to. So I'm catching with your truth and you're forced and pushed. to let go of these atrocities and wars in the world as we achieve peace. The money that's been put in NATO is for helping countries to establish peace as well. As Russia backs off or is going to be invaded, because Russia right now is having the last strings. You can invest in a good show, an event. You need to take care of yourself, and many people are against that. So it's just won this war, but it's just ridiculous having people dying. I don't. There's no need to. And if each nation is taking care of itself with its people reporting its taxes to invest in what they want with their own design, and we can see the frequency, I can be with my family in peace as well, enjoy my family. Thank you. Thank you very much. So we will move forward next month for structural analysis and start to work with how many people per country, the value they consider themselves to have by the earth they have, their capacity to have human rights. Freedom of expression allows people to understand each other while being in the process of expressing values in order to create what's best. So the order of prioritizing what's better needs to be the pure, it needs to be healed, it needs to be understood in its action, in the present, in the moment. You are not in the moment, you are in your dick head. So it's like thinking with your asshole. It's not very like, yeah, it's too slow. It's not that I'm promoting my father's movie. I'm just telling you that I've been prepared to know this in advance. It was not a writing or a scripture or a prophecy made by voice. He made a movie. So while this session is over, I wish you make your investments wisely. And I don't expect you to say sorry or pity place, nor double faces. I'm being honest here. You make your equation. You make your own synthesis. So what is this synergy about? It does not work with a few small ring of assholes. Those who want to have more will, of course, give credit to those who like to learn and support. Studying this week in these past days, these past 3 days especially, countries that do not have a level of education among its people need people from around the world that are like 15% to help on the side. It's not to take over administration, but to help on the side. Yeah, to learn Chinese people, people from Japan, people that are essentially top in their class from around the world. So that's the 15% of universal value, what we teach and learn together. So people learn to administrate and delegate, talk, do things, be creative, go for what is the best in their design, on their own capacity. And they have to understand they are superior, to honor, to give, to pay homage for those who have more. It is an honor. You will never have this understanding without the capacity of this admiration and love. We will always need someone that has more to protect in the name of the world, that has the power for justice to administrate, with those alone that have the capacity to be transparent and honest. Of course, I can make earthquakes by machines. I can have all the power. I can hack and steal, but still, why is it not working? We've tried to take their powers away. We're still fighting. So the more you do that, the more you ruin yourself. No one's doing this against you. No one is pushing you against the wall, pushing you to work wisely and give up any pretensions of owning the world with people that have more power than you. Just have these toys and ideas that might work or not. It just gives them a gig. It's not really like, oh yeah, I have a climax. No, you have the climax. No, I have the climax. No, look, they're holding my dick. No, 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 it's not about that. You have to do therapy, if not to be in a madhouse where nobody needs to relate with you. Everyday therapy meditation to clean your, all right? You cannot think with your asshole. You're going to shit all over. No need to reconstruct. People can learn what's better through generations of interactive societies who wish to be better through goodness. We're going to have the same story going from Twitter, X. They're going to keep doing all these memes. Doesn't matter who you put again. Now it's Liz Truss talking bad about the administration of United Kingdom, and all these people trying to buy those who are administrating as well, trying to take over United Kingdom. United Kingdom is being under attack because the people that have more goodness to share and invite, and wealth and prosperity and admiration, are those who are being attacked. You're not going to go and attack or steal from someone that has nothing. So they are attacking, lying, and creating codes that don't never existed from the Silicon Valley. They never had a chat group of technology. They're pretending to make an Epstein list of superpower people. That's a fake story because there are people that are being shared and being supported. Yeah. So each country has their settings, and this was to support influencers. So yeah. Oh, can you see that? You cannot see that. There you go. There. There you go. And to support freedom of expression. But that's a form of therapy, not to shit on other people. Yeah, you do your therapy, you do your fantasy group problems. You just let it out to see, what's filtering this, what was this in a way, what's going on. Role play sickness. Try to allow the to yourself to flow with all this running through. The more attachment and You want to control and say, oh, you want to control. No, you want to control. You want to control. It's like you cannot see the percentage right now, but you can see the world map, investing it in 3 floors, 4 floors. Starting in the United Kingdom, for example, to the world, they will have their for their continent and culture. So it needs to be a synergy around. So the world help the world, and the world protect the world from people like that. This is an example. So you use tyranny in your favor if you're wise, because you know that people will invest in what is healthy. You want to feel safe and welcome. So, yes, United Kingdom has problems like many places. Uh, Look, they can put any prime minister they want or take it out. Um, there needs to be measures within every nation as well. That's to their own nations. So the Arab world needs also to recover the Muslim. They need to recover their own from these wounds. This has been going through these decades and thousands of years. So it's not healthy to have bad relationships with anyone. At the end is for a few the investments of money and power in their relations. They might have good relations with everyone, but they have other plans behind. But they consider to be on the top of the cream to have money as well. I don't really care if their own people die. It's just game for some people to establish more world power if they have more Arab countries, just invest more here and there. So the people emigrate and take over through companies and lands from Africa to India, Europe, and United States because they've been hurt and bombed. And now on internet and Twitter being insulted in the same way Venezuela has been insulted. So United Kingdom is very polite with the rest of the world. Um, we need that. We need to trust in a healthy alliance with the good people of United States. So they're hiding from Epstein files, of course. You have to know that. Elon Musk must have a reason to. It's for money and power, of course. I mean, that he is doing this. It's not because he's a good Christian in a crusade. So they all brought the story of being tech titans supported from United States. That's the line until now. So study your word before the line and you will see the story itself. So let go of your agency. and who hire you, who's paying you. Let go of your business and bonds. Hold to your culture, yeah. Hold on to that. And see the cultures of the world as well, their continents, their families, their houses, their history, their name, how strong they are. Where does this force and value come from? What type of relation is that to be alive? Why do they have the right to be alive? Of course, I will know what is absolute power and dominion, that I will understand. As if I am going to what? Allow this to happen in the hands of who? I will ask everyone. Innocent country that only wishes to maintain itself. Yeah. So Corina Machado is a product of what United States have done to Venezuela in the last decades, putting all this bad information against Venezuela and so many guns that a war could have, so it auto destroys and people will flee away. Venezuelans never needed to get out of Venezuela, one of the richest countries in the world, with a lot of injustice and poor people and corruption. This is where the idea of a map where you can see the money of the government, corruption and credits, you know. So credits for the people that need to understand the importance of the money being put to return. Because there are many people in the world that don't know how to handle money, credit, or any form of power really. Just a tomato, a fish, and dance and make love. Maybe not like that in Asia or Russia. Look, just let the world be happy, all right? To Venezuela, I asked to become one with Guyana, allow England and Spain to bring military support to protect and support you. So it's all changed and no one can take this. And I really suggest to make a new astrological chart because it has a lot of, it's based on, it has a mandala of tension. So, you know, being either Guyana and Venezuela are one. And how you do to coordinate together, and we learn English and Spanish. But it doesn't matter what language, as long as we have a language of the heart that knows how to administrate. That's good enough. To free time to be whom we are, dance, celebrate. Convert the energy to green energy as well. So that's what I suggest. So you are not taking over. You allow United States to take over and do that. I would have never allowed a single feet to step Venezuela. So this is being under attack. It's being already in their agenda before being alive, to have own so much power to buy anything, to take over. To invest on, because we are the doers that invest, but they are ancient stories that think in this way. You can get there and start to think like that also, really. Any idiot, any little warrior that's been so loyal, dying so many times in the market filled with these stories. My grandparents from north of Spain have stories from the Templars where they left because they were so corrupted and thinking they're so superior. They would rather just take care of the sheep than belong to any of this. Get lost. Let's just get lost. Away from the civilization. From Finisterra, the end of the world. Down. Stories from my blue-eye mother and her mother descendants. Not from my father. They would be judged as crazy to go, but they already knew what crazy was crazy. It's been good enough. You have helped communicate the world, so we know it's rounded and it has paths to move that have been mapped. Conquer is to meet other cultures. It was made to respect other cultures always. Before Jesus was born by Alexander the Great and his master Socrates and his master Plato. To unite the world, respecting other cultures. Who knows? Maybe it comes from Delphi. Who knows? Who cares? Look, right now, this is what we are. Just see the world and see everything that's needed to do. Allow people to report what they need. You need to see the truth sometimes, you know. You need to see it as it is, what people are capable to do. For their own satisfaction. Why people are not satisfied is one of the mystical questions for enlightenment. And yes, Jesus, we have to talk about Jesus all the time. That's good for the depressed. God, those are stories that are personal. God loves his work and his opera. He doesn't give a fuck about you or me. He has a warm heart and loves you for his work and creation, for animals to prevail. I have the memory of being set next to God. I could not see his face, but he was great, and he was my father, and I was looking at him as a child. But he picked me to the side and just like with hanging feet, as children are, to look at the wells and just selecting what animals would be there to care because they are being extinguished. With a lot of love and care for the world. That's his creation. That I can tell you as a memory. Before I was born, I was selected not because of any faculty or super powerful, only because when they were all just talking all these powers around, I said, who wants to be with monkey see, monkey do? For all a bunch of videos. It was the same thing. I was taking out of power in my own life. You have many lives, so it doesn't mean you're really that. You're many things that you're nothing. So you know, if I was a witch, I would tell these rich people what they want, of course. So they are the owners of the world. They'll have a lot of money right now. But it's also like, what am I gonna do with this money? You know, like, because if you had all the money in the world, I would love to see the people that are happy. I would like to see what they do. So I wouldn't get there to see that if I tell them things they would like to hear, right? Like prostitutes do, and all the people they have around. Hmm? They will do anything for money. Monkey see, monkey do. So just imagine having people that have their own intelligence, their own design, their own choices. Still, they will have a lot of money back for multiplying for more than 9 billion people. They're afraid to be taking over because people won't have interest. But when you have a mapping of the world, of your nations, and that which is in between that unites them, you will find balance in the world. There won't be any schizophrenic, autodestructive idiot that's going to invest on that. Because if you really, really think of the reality of the world and no real power, how is going on, like it's going on before your eyes, the evidence and why, because this is not like any war that has happened before. This is a world domination. Last Trump, until the last Trump. So it's been rumors that they are also manipulating the media of Venezuela, that they created this for to get votes. Imagine the attacks. Um, so you can publicize something that you want to unveil corruption, but look, I would take everyone that's from the United States out. And if they are working on their business, make sure they have no administration over your petrols. They have their percentage and can't take more. But I will put United Kingdom and Spain and Guyana to unite to support and the world economy balance our life right to be alive. It's not a matter of having more military or allies, but of having a heart to maintain its balance. There are countries in Africa, they're killing people, they're treating them terrible. They're horrible news. I mean, if you really care about the world, um, you only will have heartbreak with all the news. So we need to see the world start seeing. You can see that later, how you cut it. Allow the children, the teenagers. On the other side, was beautiful to see the granddaughter of Donald Trump sitting in his office, the Oval Office. That's a place he earned. He would have never got there if we had transparency United States, knowing of his trial. No one would have voted. We would have known. I mean, even the greatest hacker in the world, you can get all this information. You don't have time. It's just a matter of time. We are all poor mortals. We have limited time and information to categorize. I thought, look, castrating children is more important to save and freedom of expression. All right. Uh, so the influencers will gather together for freedom of expression, of course, because it's been the aim of my father. Without, he would say, without freedom of information, we cannot get to manage the wealth that's for that it needs to get there. So just enjoy your life. If you had love, enjoy it, really. Dynamic meditation is not for everyone. You cannot do it if you're too old and fat and corrupted, because you have to shout and scream and specifically jump in the same place for 15 minutes with your arms up. So maybe it's too late for you to cleanse yourself. But didn't work, right? I don't need to be here to tell you that it didn't work. Hmm? All those Venezuelans who died can be reborn again and again, more and more beautiful, and prosper as the rest of the world. It's one world. You have one heart. Your body will just report itself. So the word of the week is synergy for the scenario. Hmm? So isn't it a thrill to see those who don't want synergy? Venezuela's not Venezuela's not going to do that to itself. They can still vote. Anyways, that's not it's not it's not the media is being corrupted in X, so the media is trying to respond to X, but you need to take care of the tissue reality in another kingdom as a prime minister. And a captain never leaves its boat. It's a meaning of stability and uh, can continue. Like, yeah, you have kingdom and all that, but to create character. Um, how you do it for people in United Kingdom to support what is an international vessel to the world, and until they see that they're gonna have control of immigration and just really trust on the reality that's surfacing. You cannot hide it under the carpet. So yes, people are from other cultures and need to learn. Yeah, they've been repressed for 2,000 years. They never had a Jesus, and the people that follow to think freely, to be freely, to forgive. Of course, you will have abusers that think because you're superior and you forgive others because we're ignorant. Oh, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get still. Yeah, you can feel the pain when they talk about it because they've been attacked for 2,000 years. They were born with that. We were not born with that. We were born dancing in a bubble of love. Some abuse, of course, a little too much. Can reason well, right? You can only think through the lineage of abuse, which make you a very sharp mind. I had a lot of anger in my house, but it was always about the outside world. So it would appear a lot of information sometimes with brainstorming together. Was not abuse as little children had as part of the religion, right? So let's heal for those as well. And something spectacular happens when they let go because they're just like suddenly they're all ideas, they understand it, it flows out. They stop hiding it, they stop fighting against it. They just let it go, and there's no more attachment because they have understood something lightens. Who wants to carry this horrible ways of being and thinking? Because it's not convenient and it's logical. It's like, hey, we can laugh and make money. Hey, look, we can let people be and people. Hey, it's not okay. You can think you're manipulating them. It makes you fancy, feel fancy. Circle with people that need to learn, just to see you working, like a working meditation of interacting with values. Yeah, you like horses, but you cannot be just talking with horses and cleaning horses. You also need at least, a few times. But people are watching online, and it's about human interaction with the body, how we handle, yeah. So it's not just about having a spiritual life and being poor. I had this formula 20 years ago, and I live near Central Park, and I have everything and enjoy it a lot. And I have my daughter. So you don't need to be poor to have formulas or anything to be creative. That's just another idea. Don't have fixed ideas, but change from forms of systems of belief to be able to understand everything as possible, become empty as a fluid. Let people be. You'll have more back, of course. Understanding to acknowledge through you. So let's say you give 99%. you're getting back 99% multiply. That's another form of mathematics, of course. You got it, all right? Be careful with the news. Say the truth here. Don't be too nice. Do whatever you want. If you really have the power to push it. Because you have your position, and we need the leaders to be stable. For a national stability to help each layer and person. Bye.